And for our meditation today, it is a befriending meditation. And look, actually, Ninka has a friend. Can you see my shadow? There, I'm trying to get my hand to, there it is. Hello. There's my friend. Isn't that cool? It's kind of like the wise self behind me. So just find your still, comfortable place. Mm. So after a very busy day, it feels so good to come to stillness. And I recently heard from a wise being that it's so important to have some solitude and what I sometimes call solitude every day to have some of that time with yourself and to reconnect. And it, to me, it's like a coming home and home to the heart space. Stira Sukham Asanam. So finding these two qualities, stira, the steady spine, the support, the strength, and Sukha as the sweetness and the ease. Just finding a softness here. So as you allow your spine to be upright, as if your crown is reaching towards the heavens, allowing the shoulders to release down away from the ears, resting your hands in any position that you're drawn on the lap, maybe inside the center, at the sides, whatever. You try different things. If notice what is most comfortable for your bone structure. And you loop the chin. And this is very subtle. It's just like almost like an energetic, the chin loops down and back. So it's almost like you're pushing your chin back towards your throat. But do this in a soft way. Yes, we want the upright spine, with the strength and supportiveness, using our back muscles. But we also want that softness and ease. So just check and see where can you relax a little bit more somewhere. Just let go. Let the breath go. And bring a sweet smile in. Ever so lightly turn the corners of the mouth up. And finding the breath. We'll see if you can focus your awareness on your breath. And so this is it's a yoga pose. We're sitting, we're doing yoga right now. And we choose to be still in our meditation practice and to mindfully marinate in the moment, to be still and chill and soak into the juiciness of meditation. So listening here, bring this inner listening, this deeper listening within, and we can listen to the language of the body. And just knowing the body is wisdom. The body has its own wisdom. And when we're paying attention to body and body feelings, the sensations, this is present, this is an act of a present moment awareness. And the same is true for our breath. Just noticing the breath that flows. And sitting by the riverbank, watching the river float and flow by. And also listening, have this inner listening of your heart space. So again, that coming home to heart. And the heart also has its own wisdom. It's your true self, your inner light. And as you attend to your heart, you can reflect on what is true for you right now at this time. Well, it's almost like you can take your inner gaze down to your heart, like you're resting in your heart. You could even bring a breath into the heart space. I sometimes like to think of the lungs, which are kind of in that vicinity of our heart. When you take a deeper breath and let it go, it's like the lungs are hugging the heart. This little inner hug. And remember the sweet smile, just bringing the smile into your heart. So the Buddhist monk Thich Nhat Hanh often uses this terminology, very much to develop loving kindness and compassion, but also friendliness, to tend and befriend. And we want to bring this quality to what we're noticing. Again, it's just a continuing of coming into the inner realm, the inner landscape, noticing your body, your breath, as well as your mind, your beautiful mind, your intelligent mind, your genius mind. We all have a little genius of something, but also your monkey mind. And as you sit at the riverbank and the river flows by, you can think of your thoughts as clouds in the sky. And as you're aware of what's going on internally, Just recognize and allowing this whole dance of life that lives through you. See if you can sense your own presence of this moment, meaning your higher self, your witness consciousness that is like the vast sky, that just is holding space for all that's taking place in the inner landscape of you. Just sense this presence that's always there, observing and noticing and tending and befriending. So, what we realize when we spend more time intimately like this with ourselves is we don't always like everything. We have preferences. This is a part of the monkey side of the mind. And yet, especially the parts, the thoughts, maybe some of those aches and pains in the body, and the emotions that are part of the thinking process, we might not like them, or we might not want to feel them. We might want them to go away. But instead of it's actually quite natural to want to push away pain and push away suffering, but instead approach it by welcoming it in to tend and befriend. And just keep noticing that the breath is there. Allow the breath to be the anchor to come back to. Maybe the sweet smile is another little place to come back to. I think tending and befriending, it is like a smile. There's that friendliness. And as we choose to be still and sit, over time we are going to feel discomfort. Sometimes it depends on the day. Sometimes it depends on whatever is going on in our body. There might be a restlessness. There might be a tiredness. There might be a specific ache or pain. Now, we don't necessarily want to make pain in the body, but sometimes we have to live with pain. We go through things. We might have some issues or ailments or diagnoses. We get headaches, we get tummy aches, we get cramps. But we can use this as a focal point. So instead of pushing it away, ignoring it, which is what we normally, it's a very natural part of being human to do in our day to day life. We're going to hold like two cupped hands, just hold space for those places that might bring suffering. And it's like we're welcoming them in for a cup of tea. Like maybe we can get to know those places. Maybe we could ask them, what are you here to show me, to tell me, to teach me? You could invite the breath to this area as well, or place or space. So, like, for example, um, let's just say you're sitting and your one knee starts to bother you a little bit, and maybe you're kind of used to that. Well, maybe you could send breath there and let the breath imagine sending breath. Breath is like a loving embrace. And each breath can be almost like an affirmation of this because the inhale is coming in, we're receiving. So just receive as you tend to befriend, receive the discomforts. And as you breathe out, maybe send loving kindness to those areas, a gentle friendliness with affectionate awareness. And then not just physically, spending also some time with the mental emotional realm. We all have self-limiting beliefs. And for the most part, we're unconscious to it. But when we do spend time with ourselves, again, coming back to some solitude every day, we start to get to know ourselves better and know different patterns we might have, observe them, and tend and befriend them. These self limiting beliefs come from often much younger parts of us. And with the thoughts that we're having, it cause emotional distress. So that is always for me, that will show up in my emotional realm. And so it'd be like, oh, what does this emotion have to tell me today? What is this is here to teach me? Or what does it need? What does that part of me need right now? And again, it's bringing in this tend and befriend. The story that we narrative we have in our mind all day long. We can beat ourselves up a lot. We might do something, go, oh, I can't believe I did that. And then we'll have a whole conversation about that. We might even call ourselves names. I There was a moment in the car today on the 401, and this is one of my triggers where the driver had a cigarette outside the car and we were stuck in traffic. So first of all, there's traffic, which can be agitating, and he flicked it. I say he, it was a big truck, but I don't know, could have been a female. Flicked the cigarette, and I get so upset by that. because I feel like it's so disrespectful to Mother Earth. And so I actually, it's like in that moment I wanted to swear. I got agitated. In the past, I did this once. I honked my horn, which is a brave act for me. Um, but I think it's also, oh, where's this agitating coming from? This agitation. Can I tend and befriend it? Can I just take a deep breath now and not have that judgment? Because it was definitely my judging mind, will just come back to your breath that's always flowing like the river, the sweet smile. And we have to laugh at ourselves when we see ourselves, the little inner child sometimes that has the little tantrums. Can we smile at that? And I think this is where healing comes from. We can't be harsh to ourselves any more than we already are. The way we talk to ourselves, we would never talk to our best friend that way. So it's like learning to bring that quality, gentle friendliness, your sweet smile, to bring the sukha, the sweetness. Let's just take this final moment, just place one hand over your heart and the other hand over top, and just press your hands into your heart like you're giving your heart a big hug, loving kindness. And take a deep breath and sigh it out. And then coming into Padma Mudra, hands together, open the three middle fingers. And peering into the diamond light, just knowing that inner light is in there guiding you. Well, it's important that you spend time with your heart and yourself so that we can listen to the guidance it has. Om Mane Padme Hum. May the jewel within the lotus be realized. So as you seal your hands, come home to the peaceful heart. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om peace, peace, peace. And look, my little friend Shanti is here. Don't go now. This is my cat Shanti because I'm meditating downstairs, so he's here. Thank you so much for being here. Namaste.